Yeah, so very good morning, all of you. So before starting the session, so let us fix the agenda, what exactly we are gonna be discussing. So first, let us fix our agenda, please. Let me fix our agenda. So today we're gonna be discussing about what is Azure. Okay, in yesterday we understood very clearly what is DevOps. We understood very clearly what is DevOps. We understood very clearly, guys, please. Okay, but today our focus is what is Azure, and by end of the session, so we can conclude. So what is it, the difference between DevOps versus Azure? That is in exactly we're gonna be discussing for today's session. So let us start with introduction. Just we are gonna be, so some of the new students are there. Let us revise one more time, just within 5 to 10 minutes. What is DevOps? Then we're gonna be start with what is Azure, and what is the difference between DevOps and Azure. We are gonna be discussing for today. Let me start with DevOps and ends with what Azure for today's session. Yeah. So yesterday I have discussed with you. Yesterday I have discussed with you what is an application, what is a server, and what is SDLC. SDLC. What is an application? What is an application? Anybody help me in the chat box as we discussed in the last session? Please, the working software which is written any programming, we call as what? Application. We call as what? Application. We call as what? Application. That application we're gonna be placed on server side. Once if it is placed on server side, we can access over internet as a Flipkart or Amazon, Book My Show, whatever may be. So what is an application? Please let me repeat one more time. The working software which is written any programming language, we call as an application. That application we're gonna be placed on server side. Once if it is placed on server side, we can access over internet as a website. But what about SDLC? SDLC is a software development lifecycle. In SDLC, we have several stages like analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. By following these are all the stages, we can produce an application like Flipkart or Amazon, Book My Show. So by following SDLC, we can able to produce a Flipkart kind of application. But if you want to make a Flipkart kind of application like Redbus, Book My Show, whatever maybe, can able to make it in a single day, can able to make it ready in overnight. It is no. We can't make this is a overnight and a single day. We can't make it ready. But how exactly, guys, please? How exactly we can able to produce a Flipkart kind of application by following these are all the stages like analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. What are the first step, guys, please? Analysis means what? Gathering information from the client. What is a login page, registration page, payment gateway, search page, dashboard, accounts, and each and everything will be gathered from the client. Based on gathering information, it will be analysis. Once if it is analysis, so our architects will be design. Design is nothing but what? Plan. According to the plan, our developers will write the lines of code which you are calling as what? Software. Whether the software is working or not, our testers will verify the functionality. Once if it is working condition, we are going to be deploying on hundreds of servers. We're going to be deploying on hundreds of servers. So once if it is deploying on hundreds of servers, we can access our internet as a website. And whether it is working or not, we're going to be monitor and maintenance. We are going to be monitor and maintenance. In this SDLC, directly or indirectly, you're part of this SDLC. If you are a software developer, can write the code. If you are a tester, can verify the functionality. But if you are a DevOps engineer, what exactly you doing as please? If you are a DevOps engineer, so we are going to be in implementing an automated DevOps process. First, let us try to understand what is the DEV, guys, please? Software development. What is OPS, guys, please? Operation. The combination of software development plus operation, we call as what? DevOps. We call as what? DevOps, guys, please. We call as what? DevOps. That means what? Our roles and responsibilities start from dev environment, ends with what? Operation. Ends with what? Operations, please. Ends with what? Operation. Means we are part of coding, building, testing, release, deploy, operation, and monitoring. And monitoring, guys, please. And monitoring. But tell me, is DevOps is a technology like Java, .NET, Python? No. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a process. DevOps is an automated process, which we are going to be implementing from dev environment to operation. So we are going to be implementing an automated process. While we implementing this an automated process, make sure whether you are delivering working software within a shortest time, with the high quality, with low cost or not, we have to make sure about it. Usually what will happen, the developers are keep on writing the lines of code. These lines of code, we're going to be delivering into the production environment. So within a shortest time, with high quality, with low cost is nothing but what? DevOps process. But as a DevOps engineer, we are going to be replacing with what? Complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. Complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. So our SDLC process, which you are calling is what? Complex pipeline. Our SDLC process is a software development lifecycle, which you are calling as what? Complex pipeline. This SDLC process is a manual process. Due to this manual process, if you got any problem, any issue, for identification, it will take long time. For resolving issue also, it will take long. Clear. So that means what? Definitely cost will be increased, quality will be decreased. But if you are replacing with DevOps process, due to this an automated process, due to this transparent, even though if you got an issues, as soon as possible, we can able to identify. As soon as possible, we can able to rectify the problem. That means what? We can able to resolve issue as soon as possible. That means what? Cost will be reduced, quality will be increased. Quality will be increased. So, as a DevOps engineer, we're gonna be replacing with what? Our SDLC process with what? DevOps process. But actual DevOps process is look like this only. The actual DevOps process is look like this only. In this DevOps process, we have a plan, coding, integration, test, release, deploy, and operations. And operations. So in this DevOps process, so our roles and responsibilities start from dev environment, ends with what? Operations. That means we are part of coding, integration, testing, release, deploy, and operations. But to be frankly, we are not part of planning. We are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be in implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline. Yes, 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 Gokul, yeah. But for implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline, we are going to be using some tools type. Which are all the tools that we're going to be using? Git, we are going to be using. Maven, we are going to be using. Jenkins, we are going to be using. JFrog, we are going to be using. SonarQube, we are going to be using. Ansible, we are going to be using. Azure, Microsoft Azure, we are going to be using. Docker, Kubernetes, Vagrant, Negios, Elk, and Terraform. So these are all the tools we are going to be using for implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline. How exactly we are going to be using these are all the tools for implementing our DevOps process. Let us try to understand one by one. So by using Git is a version control, Maven is a build tool, Jenkins is an automation tool, JFrog is a release, SonarQube is a code analyzer. By helping of these are all the tools, either Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, SonarQube, we are gonna be in implementing a CI/CD process, continuous integration, making working software, and continuous delivery. So by helping of Git, we can maintain our developer source code, which is written by developer, writing by developer, and after writing by developers, and that will be maintenance by DevOps engineer. Where exactly we can maintain this? So the whole developer source code as a DevOps engineer we are going to be maintaining in a Git. Once if it is maintained, we are going to be execute that project by helping of Maven, either on Git, Maven. We can implement our automation process with the help of Jenkins. Jenkins is a CI automation tool, continuous integration automation tool. Once if it is in execute test cases, if there is an error, we are going to be delivering into the release. How exactly, guys, please? By helping of JFrog. JFrog is a Artifactory. And we are going to be using SonarQube. SonarQube is a code analyzer. By helping of SonarQube, we can able to analysis whether the developers are following standards or not, whether the developers are using right functions or not, it will be verified. So by helping of Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, and SonarQube, we are gonna be in implementing our CI/CD, continuous integration, making working software, and continuous delivery. Got it very clear. Once if it is delivered, we're gonna be deploying our applications on hundreds of servers. Hundreds of servers. How exactly, guys, please? By helping of configuration management. What is the configuration management, guys, please? The configuration management is nothing but what? So replacing a manual process with what? An automated process. Replacing a manual process with what? An automated process. Replacing a manual process with what? An automated process is nothing but what? Is nothing but what? A configuration management. So by helping of Ansible, we can, which are all the tools supporting? So many tools are supporting, but we are going to be learning Ansible. Ansible is a configuration management tool. By helping of Ansible, we can automate hundreds of servers, hundreds of our production server. Means what? Creating files, installing softwares, updating softwares, deleting software, whatever may be, deploying our application or websites, whatever may be, any activity, we can able to do it on hundreds of servers by helping of Ansible. But those hundreds of servers, from where exactly we can able to get it? Either from physical environment, or from virtual environment, or from cloud environment. Either physical environment or virtual environment or from cloud environment or from cloud environment, guys, please. Cloud environment. But which cloud we're gonna be using, guys, please? Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure. So not only placing our applications on Microsoft Azure, we can able to place on Docker containers also. Docker containers are isolated area, which you can place your websites like a Flipkart kind of applications very easily with low cost, with high performance. These Docker containers, we can manage or control by Kubernetes. Kubernetes is like a orchestration tool. By helping of Kubernetes, we can manage our hundreds of Docker containers, guys, please. We're going to be learning Vagrant. Vagrant is a virtual provisioning tool. Virtual provisioning tool. By helping of Vagrant, easily creating virtual machines in our laptop. And Nagios is a system monitoring, guys, please. By helping of Nagios, we can able to monitor our servers, whether the server is down or not. What are the RAM size? What are the usage of RAM? What are the CPU? What are the uses of CPU? We can monitor. And elastic log stack skipper. By helping of help, we can able to monitor our applications, whether it is working or not. So internal logs are generating, those logs will be monitored. And moreover, finally, we're going to be learning Terraform. Terraform is a cross-cloud platform. By helping of Terraform, we can able to create infrastructure in any cloud, either AWS or Azure or Google. It's a cross-cloud platform. It is a cross-cloud platform. It is a cross-cloud platform. By helping of these are all the tools, we can able to implement our DevOps transparent pipeline. But for implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline, we require an infrastructure. Tell me what is infrastructure? First, tell me what is an application, as we discussed in the beginning of the session. What is an application, please? Application is nothing but what? Website. Application is nothing but what? Website. Like Flipkart or Amazon, whatever, the working software, which is written any programming language, we call as an application. We call as an application. That application, we can deploy our service and we can access over internet. So, but for deploying our application, for maintaining our website, what kind of infrastructure is required? What kind of infrastructure is required? What kind of infrastructure is required? So for deploying our application, for maintaining our websites, required. Servers are required. Database is required. Storage is required. A network is required, and so on. These are all major infrastructure is required. Clear. Understood, very clear. So for maintaining our applications, we require this infrastructure. But how many ways to get infrastructure? How many ways to get infrastructure? How many ways to get infrastructure? We can able to get either physical form, virtual form, or from cloud. But tell me, what is a cloud? What is a cloud? To specifically, what is a cloud compute? What is a cloud compute? What is an exactly cloud compute? Let us try to understand. Before understanding what is a cloud compute, so what is a data center? What is the meaning of data center? The huge computing power. keeping in a rack wise. In a big room, we calling as what? Data center. These data centers are located in different geographical locations. Different geographical locations. Like in Singapore, UK, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai. In different places, these data centers are located. So from these data centers, if we can access resources like servers and network storage, we call as what? Cloud computing. Say, tell me one more time. What is a cloud computing is, please? What is an exactly cloud computing is, please tell me. So these data centers are located in remote placed resources. These data centers are located remotely. From these data centers, if we can access if we can access a resource like servers, database, network storage, over internet from a laptop is nothing but what? Cloud computing. Let me repeat one more time, guys, please. The remote placed resources such as servers, network, storage, and database, if we can access over internet from a laptop, is nothing but what? Cloud computing. But cloud is a rental-based infrastructure. 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 Which is easy for you, please tell me. Which is easy for you? Build, then use, and select the use. For getting servers, for deploying our applications, we require an infrastructure like servers and database. Which is easy for you? Build, then use, and select then use. Obviously, select then use. Select then use, please. Select then use of our servers. Means cloud is a rental-based infrastructure. By using cloud, easily, we can able to get infrastructure. On top of, we can able to deploy a Flipkart kind of applications very easily. Very easily. So what I said, please. So for maintaining our websites, for deploying our applications, what kind of infrastructure we require? That infrastructure easily we can able to getting from the cloud as a rental based on usage. We gonna be pay rent. The best example. So for example, to understand more, you want to go to railway station. You want to go to railway station. Just for reaching railway station, are you buying a car or else a rental car? Ola or Uber? Just for reaching railway station, are you buying a car or rental car? Obviously, rental car. You can get the car immediately and use the car, and but by reaching a destination, you can pay the whatever the tariff. That's it. The same way, for just for deploying our application, are you buying a server or else are you getting a rental server from cloud? Yeah, definitely a rental server. Select the servers, get the server, and place your application in the cloud. I hope you understood very clearly. Cloud is a rental base, but which clouds we gonna be using? In the cloud, we have a majorly three cloud providers are available. The leading cloud providers are AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. But we're gonna be learning Microsoft Azure. Sir, why Microsoft Azure? Because of it is a Microsoft Azure is a 5 times cheaper than AWS. 5 times cheaper than AWS. we can able to saving through an existing Microsoft license. Saving through an existing Microsoft license. More than 95% of Fortune companies are gonna be using Azure. But Azure is the second largest cloud provider. By helping of Azure, we can able to get such a service called compute calls, compute cloud, and storage, database, and network. It is a pay as a service. Based on usage, we're gonna be pay rent. But which are all the models we're gonna be covering, guys, please, in Azure. So compute model, network model, storage model, database model, management, identity access management, Active Directory, IAM. So these are all the models we are gonna be covering. If you go for Azure, if you see Azure architecture, it is look like this only. For getting these are all the services. For getting these all the services, either computing or network storage databases, how exactly by helping of this architecture we can understand. We can interact with Azure. We can able to interacting with Azure totally four ways, either portal, PowerShell, CLI, REST. Either by using anyone, we can able to interacting with what Azure. And whether you are a valid user or not, by providing your credentials, it will be authenticated. Once if it is authenticated, so we can create any resources, either virtual machines or app servers, database server, network, whatever maybe we can able to create ASPs. Totally three ways. Totally. So four ways, guys, please. Portal, PowerShell, CLI, REST client. We can able to interacting with Azure by authentication. Then we can create our resources. Totally here is what? Three layers. It is a front end layer, it is authentication layer, and the back end layer. Service layer. First, let us discuss about front end layer. In the front end layer, we have a four options. Middle only authentication, service we have. These are all the services we can able to create. Let us talk about portal. Portal is just like your Flipkart or Amazon. We can interact over internet by providing username, password. We can able to getting into the portal like this. Over internet from anywhere in the world, we can able to getting into the cloud and we can use any services like this. And second option is PowerShell. By using PowerShell also, we can able to getting into the cloud and we can create a resources, means servers and databases, whatever may be. And finally, CLI. We can able to use our CLI also. And finally, REST API. So either portal, PowerShell, CLI, and REST API. REST API is nothing but like a code, like a Java, .NET, Python. By writing a code, by executing a code, we can able to create a servers, a database resources in Azure. But by using this four, we can able to authenticate whether it you're a valid user or not. It will be authenticated. Once if it is authenticated, we can able to create resources like resources, database, virtual machines, network, storage, whatever may be. So by helping of these four ways, we can interacting with Azure by authenticating by username, password. Then we can create any service. We can create any service, guys, please. But which are all the services majorly, guys, please? Computing model, networking, storage, databases, identity access management, and billing cost and monitoring, everything will be discussed. So majorly, we're gonna be discussing in computing model, these are all the services. In networking, these are all the services. Storage, these are all. Database, these are all. In identity access management, these are all. These are all the services we're gonna be discussing practically in coming sessions. For example, if it is a computing model, we're gonna be discussing about virtual machines, function app services, AKS. In networking model, we're going to be discussing about virtual network, load balancers, application gateway, DNS, and CDN. If it is a storage account, we're going to be discussing about blob storage, file storage, table storage, and queue services. In database, we're going to be discussing about SQL database, Casma DB, and identification, Active Directory, user management, group management. We're going to be discussing in management, log analysis, billing and cost management. So account automation, monitoring of our services, we're going to be discussing. So these are all the services we are going to be discussing by helping of this infrastructure, whatever infrastructure I'm discussing. By helping of these infrastructures, we can able to in implementing our DevOps process. So DevOps is an automated transparent pipeline. While implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline, we require infrastructure. We require infrastructure. That infrastructure we can able to get it from cloud. Which cloud? Azure. By helping of Azure cloud, we can able to get infrastructure. On top of Azure cloud, we can able to implement our DevOps process. Guys, I'll repeat one more time. DevOps is an automated transparent pipeline. While we delivering working software from dev environment to production environment, make sure whether you're going to be delivering within a shortest time, with the low cost, with the low cost, with the low failure rate, we're going to be make sure about this. But while implementing this DevOps process, we required infrastructure. That infrastructure, we can able to get it by helping of cloud. Which cloud? Azure cloud, either computing, networking, storage, and databases. So simply what I'm trying to tell you, please, we can deploy applications and server websites on Azure cloud infrastructure by using DevOps process. DevOps process. This is an exactly we have discussed for today. Before taking your questions, let us revise one more time our course overview. Let us discuss about our course overview. So totally, it is a 5 months plus duration, guys, please. It is a 5 months plus duration, guys, please. In 5 months plus duration, Azure DevOps will be covered. Azure administration will be covered. Linux basics and shell script. If you want to join in this course, which are all the prerequisites? Linux basics required, shell script required, that I will be covered, don't worry. No programming, Java, .NET, Python is not required. You require a laptop with this configuration for daily practice. And if you want to join this course, freshers can join in this course, experienced students can join in this course, and any graduate can also join in this course. Which are the benefits, guys, please? Daily recording sessions after the payment via Google Drive, you can able to access. From date of registration, you're going to be accessing up to 11 months. Resume preparation, entry question and answers, 4 live real-time projects, 80% of soft materials I'm going to be providing with you. Our course starts with very basic level, finish with what? An advanced level. Each and every class is a practically implemented in front of you that you need to practice in your laptop. Daily 1 hour class, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. The classes are Monday to Saturday. There is no classes on Sunday. You are going to be paying 12,000 rupees. Means out of 12,000 for this batch. So 2,000 rupees discounted. You can pay 10,000 rupees for full DevOps, for full Azure administration, for daily recordings. So you can call this number for recording pieces and payments. Please call this number and you can WhatsApp also. Please be registered for today by calling this number. And if you want to see my course content, what I'm going to be delivering. So totally 20 pages of DevOps content. 10 pages of Azure content. Please be revised once. I'm going to be share this information in the chat box. Please be double click and you can open. Please be double click and open. Please be double click and open. And so yesterday we have discussed what is DevOps. Today we discussed about what is Azure, what is the difference between we concluded. Tomorrow onwards, we're going to be start our regular sessions. Who are interested, please be registered. Please be do the payment. And tomorrow onwards, we're going to be start our regular sessions. Who are all done the payment, who are all registered, please be get a new meeting link from our admin. Get a new meeting link from admin by calling this number by today, before today evening. So please be call this number and get a new meeting link for tomorrow class. Okay. So do you have any questions, please? Any questions in the chat box, please? Fine. Thanks a lot. So we'll continue by tomorrow with a new meeting link. Thanks a lot. Thanks, buddy Salah. We'll be continue by tomorrow with a new meeting link.